I want to talk to you about procrastination. People ask me all the time for the cure for procrastination. And here's my analysis of the situation: they are simply not agitated enough. If you're not irritated, agitated, outraged by something, then you're not likely to take brand new action. I'll give you an example. When I was at a conference back in 2018, I heard the phrase, "you can't be what you can't see." And I was outraged. Silently, of course, because I was in the middle of the audience. But I made a decision that day that I had to do something about it. I didn't know what it was yet, but I had to do something about it. And that something was writing my book, Be the Leader You Want to See. Every year on my birthday, I resolve to do something that I'm outraged about. And on my last birthday, at the end of August, I decided I was outraged about three things. One, that I don't understand why people continue to buy champagne in this country when there is a huge amount of exceptionally good sparkling English wines. So that's one thing I was outraged about. And I thought, surely I can use my skills, my voice, my marketing expertise to do something about raising the profile of English wine. I'm working on that. The second thing I was outraged about is the number of people that I hear are sending their kids to private schools, and yet they leave them not being able to hold a conversation with a grown-up. So pair with that they are chat GPTing all their application forms, and then when they get that interview, they may not get that interview because everyone else is also chat GPTing their forms, so they all look very the same. They can't actually hold themselves in an interview. They can't sell themselves in an interview, but even just lower down the value stack than that, at the most basic level, they are not able to converse comfortably with adults. So that's the other thing that really agitates me. Not from a place of being angry at those people, but being angry somehow at the fact that they are not being equipped in this digital age to have human contact. And I believe I can do something about that as well. Watch this space too. The other thing that you can get really agitated about is something personal, and it might be something that you've been talking about for a while but haven't taken action on. For example, I, as a performance coach of 19 years training, have still not coached a professional sports person. Why not? Honestly, because I just haven't taken the action. So since September, actually slightly before that, but since my birthday at the end of August, I resolved, right, this is the year. I'm going to do something about this. The other personal, hopefully one of these is going to stick with you and make you think, yeah, I've got a thing like that I keep saying I'll do and I'm not taking action on. What can I do about it? The final thing I'm going to give you an example of is a really personal one that I'm sure most people can relate to, which is weight. So I am perimenopausal. I am putting on weight by the day, and it doesn't seem to relate to the amount of exercise that I'm doing. That used to have me covered. I used to be the perfect size 12, which is all I want to be, fairly shapely, but not anymore. And I refuse to give in to the fact that it's something outside of my control, like perimenopause. So I am actively looking and trying new things to somehow move the needle in the other direction on my weight, because I am now agitated. It is bothering me, and I am outraged by the fact that every time I get on the scale, it's gone up. So what are you agitated by? What are you repelled by? What are you outraged by? I've used that word so many times today, I'm starting to think, is it even a word? What are you outraged by? Use that energy as fuel to take just one action today, and it will start that fire kindling that will keep you taking action. But focus on the thing that you know you don't want to see continuing in the world, that you believe you might be able to have a personal impact on. Let me know how you get on.